Hi guys! Today I decided to do a Q&A video because I got a lot of questions about my study abroad experience in Korea. So I decided to put most of the questions together and answer all of them in this video. Let me get that question. So the first and most important question that I got was, how was the food in Korea? So first of all, the food is amazing. I love Korean food. Yeah, most of the food is kind of spicy, but I really got used to the spiciness and now I really cannot live without spicy food. I love it. So I also got the question, what was your favorite Korean food? I like a lot, but there are a couple of things that I really liked the most. You have Korean barbecue, and within Korean barbecue you can choose different types of meat, and the one that I really loved the most was 갈매기살. I thought it was beef at first because it looks really red and it's really tender and really good, but it turned out to be pork. And during the Korean barbecue you will grill it yourself and you put it in this piece of lettuce and then put all the vegetables and sauce in there, and it's so good. But I also love 닭갈비 with cheese, basically pieces of chicken with some vegetables, and sometimes there's rice cake inside, and they put a lot of cheese on there. And then at the end, when you finish like almost everything and there's still some sauce and some meat left, then you can eat bokkeumbap, which is rice. Then the waitress or waiter comes to your table and they put rice in there and they cook it, so you get like this crispy fried rice that absorbs all the sauces and flavors. And what was the weirdest food that you have tried? I've tried really weird food. Well, I tried the living octopus, 산낙지. It's not really a whole octopus that's still alive. This one just got killed really fast. Like first she kills it, then she cuts everything in pieces, but because it just died, it's still moving around, and she put some sauce on it, sesame seeds, blah blah blah. It was a really weird feeling, weird sensation, but I actually liked it. It felt funny, I don't know. But the taste was really bland. It kind of tastes like nothing in my opinion. But Korean people told me that that blandness is what they really like about the dish because it's so fresh. I also tried something of which the translation from Korean to English is chicken asshole. But it's not a chicken asshole. It's a chicken gizzard, I think. It's some kind of muscle somewhere, I don't know. It was really chewy, but I think it was really good. I also tried bondegi, which are silk pupas, worms. I didn't really like that. I mean, I always try everything. I don't mind how it looks as long as the taste is good, but the taste was not that good to me. I also tried some pig intestines called 곱창, I believe. I think the worst thing I tried, of which I had the highest expectations because it looked really good, were chicken feet. But then the real foot of a chicken. No, this was the worst thing I've ever had in my life, I think. If you take a bite, you feel some slimy fat and some cartilage or something, some bones, I don't even know, and some muscles that are kind of popping out when you bite on it, and you can feel the texture of chicken skin, chicken feet, and no, I really didn't like it. Did you meet any cute Koreans? Really? Not even a question. No, but seriously. Before I came to Korea, I thought I will not have any high expectations because, you know, many people think of K-pop and these stars, they did a lot of surgery or they have a lot of makeup on, and of course they all look really pretty. So I thought it will be not like that in Korea, probably. I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. The girls and the boys, they are all so beautiful. Of course there are exceptions, not everybody's beautiful, but in general people looked really good. Their fashion is really on point, especially in the busy and more popular districts in Seoul. For example, Gangnam or Hongdae. Hongdae is like the hipster area. People did I just say that? People look really good, but also looks are really important in Korea, which was also something I didn't really like at first. So the next question, how was the weather? I studied there during the fall semester, but I kinda experienced both seasons, because in Korea the people say that there are only 2 seasons, basically summer and winter. So I arrived there in August and it was really hot, but then at some point it suddenly changed and it became much colder in such a short amount of time, and then in the winter it was really cold. Did people stare at you a lot? Yeah, I think so, but I think I just really noticed it in the beginning. When you first get there, you have to get used to it and stuff. But I think it depends on where you go, because when I was in the popular areas such as Hongdae, there are a lot of tourists and a lot of foreigners, so you will not get that many stares. In the subway, for example, most of the times I was the only foreigner standing in the subway, and I noticed that especially the older people stare a lot, and they have no shame. They stare at you, and in my country if someone stares at me and I look back at them, they're like, oh, you know? But here, if someone stared at me and I stared back, they were like. But yeah, you get some people looking at you if you're like typically foreign looking person, but I am not that tall, so I blended in pretty well. Is Korea expensive? Yes and no. The subway can be really cheap if you don't transfer a lot or use it multiple times a day. Like you have to check in with a card and then you pay like 1200 won, which is like €1, $1, something like that, and then you can basically go almost anywhere and the price won't change. Restaurants are quite cheap, well, really cheap actually. You always get your side dishes and your water for free. I think I paid around between 4 and 7 or 8 euros or dollars. Then you get like a really full, really big table with everything. It can be cheaper, can be like 4. Grocery shopping is really expensive. Like fruit, I didn't even eat fruit. I only drank alcohol with fruit flavors, but that's it. Let's say $1 for 1 apple. I've seen watermelons for like $13. If you're Korean, you probably know like the good places to go and the markets where you can bargain and stuff. Clothes are not really that expensive if you go to local stores, or you have a lot of stands outside, like Korean stands with no brands, just Korean street clothes, and those are really cheap. If you were a soju flavor, which one would you be? Soju is the beverage, the alcoholic beverage that Korean people drink almost every day. Korean people drink a lot, by the way, and it kind of tastes like vodka, I think, but then not as strong. And there were many flavors. You had the pure one and you had all the fruit flavors. You pay like $1 for 1 bottle of like 15 to 20% of alcohol, so you could get drunk pretty quickly and pretty cheap. But if I would be a flavor, I like the grapefruit one, jamu soju, the most, but I think I'd be the original, because, you know, the original is just, it hits you hard. It's straight to the point, it's strong, and I'm straight to the point. I'm maybe not that strong, but... While I were on exchange, did I stay on a campus or did I find an apartment? What was your residence? I stayed at a kind of, yeah, it was kind of similar to a dorm, but without all the rules. I had my own kitchen. I did have a roommate. It was a bit more expensive than the dorm, but it was also a bit bigger, and it was not at campus. I had to go by subway every day, but it was really close. It took me like 15-20 minutes. It was located at Seoul station. I could take the elevator to one of the lowest floors, and then I was already in a hallway that was connected to the subway station. But yeah, I really liked it. You meet a lot of people there. So the next question, how much did it cost per month? I think the rent was around, let's say $420 or euros, whatever. But you also had to pay for the water and the electricity. In the end, it turned out to be around 450 per month, but it really depends. Like, if your roommate doesn't leave all the lights on while you're gone, or turns off the air conditioner or the heating, then you will save some money. So, what did I study at the university? I'm basically still doing the same study that I do here at my home university. It was an exchange program, but I could choose whatever courses I wanted to take at Dongguk University. So I decided to focus all my courses on marketing and advertising, business, that kind of stuff. What was the most surprising thing about the experience? Well, I don't really know, but I can say what really got my attention like the first few weeks when I was there, and that was that people are really different. People are much more social, as in they think as a group, while people in my country really think as an individual. I think I can say that people here are a bit more selfish, and people in Korea really take other people into account. For example, going out for a dinner in my country, everybody orders their own plate. That's your plate, nobody will touch it. It's just about the food, you eat it, you enjoy it, split the bill, blah blah, go. In Korea, you just go, you gather together with your friends and you go out for dinner. And it's not all about the food, but it's basically about the idea of eating together, spending time together, enjoying. You order all these dishes and everybody eats from it, everybody shares. Don't mind about that bill, next time you pay. That's something that I really liked. And another surprising thing is what I already said with the importance of appearance, that people are always busy with their appearance. I've had a really good friend. She told me that her parents think that she should do surgery and go on a diet in order to have higher chances of getting a good job and a good husband in the future. Apparently that's just a parent's concern because they know that society is really pressuring everybody to look good. I don't know, but to me it was a bit fucked up. But besides that, yeah, I really liked the culture, I really liked the vibe. Really, Seoul felt completely safe. I could walk on the streets in the middle of the night as a girl, all by myself, completely drunk, and nothing would happen. How big were the differences with studying in Korea compared to your home country? There were quite some differences. Like Dongguk University was a Buddhist university, and I could really notice that there were sometimes like monks walking on the campus. We had all these temples and it was really pretty. And I could also notice that all the teachers, like their values and the values on which they base their lectures and everything they say is like really kind and respectful. And I had one teacher, and every time before class started he gave like 10 reasons of how to live your life positively, or how to live a happy life, how to become a successful person and stuff like that. And it was really cute. Like they seem to really care about their students and their future, and they really hoped for the best for their students, and that was really nice. But yeah, besides that, there are not that many differences, except for Korean students really study a lot. Did you experience any culture shock? Well, actually not really. I expected the worst, then it can always, you know, turn out better. But I'm a really open-minded person, so yeah, I didn't really experience a big culture shock. Of course, I had to get used to things a little bit, because sometimes you feel a bit lost, because if you need to buy something, where do you go? You cannot really find things easily, but those are things I got used to after 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks it was all fine. There was no single moment where I missed my home country, missed my own food or my own culture. Nope, I never had that. Describe the best day you have experienced in Korea. Overall, I really liked the whole experience. I really wanted to get to know Korean culture and local things and traditions, so I only hang out with Korean people, and I met such amazing people, and every time I hang out with them are like special, precious moments for me. One memorable experience is, I think, one of the protests against President Park Geun-hye. I went to one of the biggest protests in one of the weekends where they did all those demonstrations in order to get the president impeached. And it was a huge demonstration. There were people everywhere. Subway stations were closed because people couldn't even move anymore, that many people. And seeing all these people holding candles and flags and singing and having such a peaceful demonstration with even their kids around, it really touched me, and it was a really beautiful and emotional experience to see how Korean people come up for their own country. What was the worst experience you ever had? There's only one I can think of, but now when I think back of it, I can laugh about it. If I had to choose one, it would be my birthday. let's say the day on which I celebrated my birthday was the worst, because we're supposed to have dinner together, go to karaoke bar, drink, and then go to Hongdae, and then go clubbing and more drinking and whatever. But it all already went wrong in like the first stage where we had dinner. There was this Korean guy and he kept giving me so much alcohol, and before I could finish one shot, the next one was already ready. So I was just drinking like this, and I got really drunk, and then we were supposed to go to Hongdae, so we went to the subway station. Like, I was already super drunk, and at one point we saw that the subway was already there. So my friends started running in order to catch that subway. I was behind them and I was like, wait, what's going on? So I started running as well, but a bit too late. So they were already in and the doors closed, and we were like, oh no. And they just passed by, and I was there like, I don't know. The first thing I thought was, okay, I'm gonna call them. So I tried to get my phone, but my phone was gone. I was like, oh no. So apparently while running I dropped my phone, but I thought that I left it somewhere in the restaurant or the karaoke bar. I went back, but they didn't have it. Then I tried to go to Hongdae and just meet my friends anyway, but I stepped into the wrong subway and ended up somewhere else. Then I stepped into another subway, ended up somewhere else as well. I tried this 3 times, and then no subway was running anymore because it was already too late. So I couldn't go anywhere. I was like, what do I do? And then I was like so fed up with everything, and I took a taxi back home and I went to bed. But yeah, that was a crazy experience. But now afterwards I can laugh about it. What things make you want to go back again? Well, as I said, the really nice people, culture, the vibes. People are so kind. They are really shy at first, but once you get to know them, they're happy to get to know you and be your friend. It's such a safe place, I think. Like, I lost my stuff so many times, people. I lost my stuff so many times. But most of the times I got it back, except for one time. Like, in my country, if you would leave a bag somewhere, it would be gone in 1 minute. But in Korea, I left my bag somewhere, and after an hour I went back and it was still in the exact same place. And I will really go back because of the food and because I love the karaoke bars and the PC bangs, the famous internet cafes of Korea, full of big screens, big curved computer screens, super fast internet, and people playing League of Legends and Overwatch and StarCraft everywhere. And it was amazing. You can just order food from your computer and someone brings it to you, and good times. So yeah, these were all the questions that I got. If there are any more questions, please feel free to let me know, and maybe I can make another video to answer even more questions, or to talk a bit more in depth about a specific topic or anything you guys want to know. So thank you so much for watching, and if you're thinking about studying in Korea, I would really recommend it. It's really great experience. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked this video, and I see you next time. Bye bye.